But Drew, how did they come to know that you were coming? What was it about you that made them think, hello, hello, hello?
Look, I'm not sure exactly, mate, but I was told that they had access to my entire social media and knew everything I was planning to do. I think there's a strong likelihood that potentially Billie Eilish's lawyers contacted them. They had an entire dossier on me, and they were asking me to detail my entire history as an activist against the Chinese Communist Party. They were asking me to detail the time in 2022 when I got arrested in London because the Chinese government basically swatted me with like a fake threat in my name, and I was really shocked by that. They wanted to know my entire history as an activist against the Chinese government. They were saying they wanted me to confirm that I had never plotted to blow up Chinese facilities. I was completely shocked. I was like, "What the hell are you guys talking about?" They literally were asking me if I had plotted to assassinate Chinese officials, and I was like completely shocked. I literally had no idea what they were talking about because obviously I've only ever been a peaceful activist.
Drew, in fact, for me, the most disturbing thing about all this is that false allegation the Chinese made about you in London, accusing you of making a bomb threat and everything else, that is still on the files. It's a way of them making your travel in other countries like America more difficult.
Exactly. It's so unfair. As you would know, Andrew, back in 2022, I was basically targeted with a malicious fake threat by the Chinese government. The Chinese ambassador in Australia literally gloated about it on television at the time, basically laughing that I'd been arrested. I've been targeted for many years because of my activism against the Chinese government. The Australian Federal Police literally called me in 2023 to reveal that they had basically raided people in Australia who were potentially working for China to find my address and violently harm me. That was actually confirmed by the Australian Federal Police Chief, Chrissy Barrett. Might have butchered her name, but she confirmed that to Senator James Patterson in Senate estimates that the Australian Federal Police had actually raided guys potentially linked to the Chinese government who were trying to find my address here in Australia and violently harm me. So I've been sort of targeted for years because of my activism against the Chinese government. And it's very sad that potentially what has happened here is that like Billie Eilish's lawyers basically exploited the fact that I was the victim of transnational repression by the Chinese government to try and have me locked up. And it was a terrible attack on my free speech rights as an Australian tourist. You know, the First Amendment is supposed to apply to everybody. And I literally never did a single thing illegal. I was just basically joking online about her own statement, which is that nobody is illegal in stolen land.
But in the end, Drew, it seems that what you did was draw attention to the visa that you'd come into America with. And they said, it's the wrong one. And then they threw you out. So you got to reapply for a business visa instead of, I presume, you asked for a tourist one.
Yes, look, I'm very lucky that I'm not permanently banned from the United States. That's what I was really worried about. When they told me to leave the country, they told me that I had not been banned. But I am a little bit worried. I'm concerned that potentially if it's left at a low level in the bureaucracy, potentially I could be just barred for life, maybe just if there's a strike against my name. So I really hope that there is somehow a way that I can talk to somebody at the US government or the embassy in Australia or something like that to explain that I'm literally a peaceful Australian. I'm a big supporter of the US alliance. I love America. I literally just wanted to go there as a tourist and film some YouTube videos. I don't want to do anything illegal. And I think it's a shame. I'm a huge supporter of the US. I love the Australian-US alliance. And I love America, of course. And I still respect their, border integrity. I respect their system of laws. I'm a big lover of America. I just want to go there as a tourist. That's all.
Well, Billie Eilish has been spared the nuisance of you holding a dance with tribal elders down the street from her. So she can rest easily now. Drew Pavlou, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. No one is illegal in stolen land.